Hey guys, Sam Dog the Infamous 253 coming at you with Dallas Stewart on the speakerphone. Dallas, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
All right, 12-4 in week 8, another solid week, another above 500 week. Now let's bring on the 2024 week 9 picks of the 2024 NFL season. Been rough for us Seahawks fans lately, but just because of that, we're just going to go ahead. Let's just get our game out of the way just to get it out with. First off, we're going to do our game. We're in the 1 o'clock slate. Got the Los Angeles Rams coming to Lumen Field to take on the Seahawks. The Rams got a big upset win over the Minnesota Vikings. They got Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua back, so it doesn't get any easier for us. Meanwhile, we just got our asses fucked up by the Buffalo Bills, as we already know. But we expected because Buffalo's a hell of a team, and clearly we still have a lot of issues on the trenches and a lot more other issues. Granted, we have Ernest Jones getting ready to go play his revenge game, so let's see how well Ernest Jones can play this week going up against his former team. But still seeing a lot of the same issues that we've been seeing in the past few years, and it's become still a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I hate to do this. It's like because now pretty much we're in third place in the division, and the Rams are in last place. The Rams are starting to feel themselves now. They got their weapons back, but I got a slightly advantage to Rams. But knock on wood, and just hope to God that the football gods are Seahawks fans this week. But I got a slightly advanced, give the advantage to the Rams.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got to go with the Rams too. But Seahawks really need to bounce back and get this win before heading into the bye week, especially with San Francisco coming out off the bye.
Yeah, and in Arizona, pretty much, getting a win over the Miami Dolphins, which pissed me off even more because of the fact that now the Cardinals technically have first place. But for how long can they hold it, though? That's the question: is how long are they going to be able to hold it?
Yeah, the Seahawks really need this game
Yeah,
to get back on track before heading into the bye week
they-
because they have San Francisco after the bye.
exactly. It doesn't get any easier. So knock on wood. Hope that we can get a bounce back, but I will be at this game. Obviously, it's a home game, so I'm going to be there. Unlike some of the freaking fake season ticket holders that have been selling their tickets to opposing team fans, making it sound like road games in our home stadium, which is fucking embarrassing. I mean, granted, I'll never sell my tickets, so yeah, I'm definitely taking a shot at those people freaking selling their tickets like that, man. Real Seahawks fans go to the games or watch the games regardless of the season. They go to the games regardless of the season. Hell, like I said. I went to every home game in '08 and '09 when we were 4-12 and 5-11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real fans go to the games and watch the games still, even if it can be frustrating. I mean, granted, we know it's a new coaching regime, but hey, there were times in Pete Carroll's first year where we got blown out when we were bad. We got blown out by the Giants. We got blown out by the Buccaneers. How many times we get blown out in 2010, that year that we made the playoffs, that 7-9 record?
It felt like quite a bit.
Yeah, it did. All right, but let's go back up to the top. Up next, we're going to do the Thursday night game. We got the Houston Texans going to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Jets. The Jets laid an absolute egg to the New England Patriots, and Drake May, another rookie quarterback, has beaten Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans last week completed the sweep of the Indianapolis Colts. The Jets are just on an absolute downpour, and it just continues to get worse. Give me the Houston Texans.
Yeah, give me the Houston Texans rather easily. The Jets are just a mess right now.
Yeah.
They couldn't get right against New England, and I don't know how they haven't cut Greg Zuerlein yet. He's cost them at least 2 or 3 games.
Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, they could be 4-4, 5-3 if not for him.
Yeah. Up next, we got to start the 10 a.m. slate. We got the New Orleans Saints going to Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. Saints.
Yeah, Saints finally end their long 6 game losing streak.
No, the Saints lost
Get
the
off.
Saints lost to the
Yeah,
Chargers. Yeah,
yeah, Saints end their 6 game losing streak this week and get the sweep of Carolina.
yep. And
Yeah, yeah. This is one of the worst games of the week.
yeah. All right, up next what happened to the Panthers last week? Oh yeah, they got killed and their Denver Broncos are still the Carolina Panthers daddy.
Yeah,
All right, up next we got the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. The Commanders won on a Hail Mary from Jaden Daniels. Crazy play, Hail Mary to take down Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, the New York Giants just got pistol whipped by Russell Wilson and the Pittsburgh Steelers last night. Give me the Commanders to complete the sweep of the Giants.
Yeah, give me the Commanders as well. I think they're gonna keep it rolling after that improbable win over Chicago. And yeah, the Giants hung in there for a little bit
They did.
with the Steelers, but too many mistakes down the stretch.
And hot take this time around, Commanders will score touchdowns because last game they beat them with just field goals, and the Giants scored 3 touchdowns and still lost that game.
Yeah.
All right, up next, you got the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins choked on a dick against the Arizona Cardinals, so losing by 1 point. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bills, we know what they did to us, obviously. They're still legit. Give me the Buffalo Bills to complete the sweep of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, give me Buffalo as well. They're back on track after that mini 2 game losing streak. They're clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, they really are. All right. Up next, we got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns. The Browns pulled a major upset over the Baltimore Ravens with Jameis Winston, and the Chargers got a win over the New Orleans
Saints.
Saints at home in the Drew Brees Bowl because Drew
Yeah.
Brees is two teams, the Chargers and the Saints. Who I'm gonna go ahead and regardless, who's starting for Cleveland, I still think they're a little better than the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Browns to get a win over the Chargers on this week. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take the Browns, especially after they upset Baltimore.
You know what? Shot in the dark. I guess I'll take Cleveland. Uh, I think they're gonna have a little bit of momentum from last week, and I think they upset the Chargers.
Yeah,
I
we'll
could be
see.
wrong about this
This
one.
is a shot in the dark.
They could have a letdown.
This could be a sneaky shot in the dark, but we'll see what happens. No guaranteeing on this one. All
Yeah.
right. Up next, we got the New England Patriots going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Patriots got that big win over the New York Jets. Drake May beat Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, the Tennessee Titans got absolutely obliterated as we expected them to by the Detroit Lions. Who, one of the last times I'm probably going to be picking this team, but I'm going to take the Patriots to continue to make the Titans season look like an absolute hellhole. Give me the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I said I would never pick the Patriots again after they got beat up pretty good by Jacksonville and London a few weeks ago. But after what I saw from Tennessee, after they were like tied with Detroit and then allowed 38 unanswered, I gotta go. This might be New England's last win of the year, so
Yeah.
I gotta go with New England.
All right.
Titans are the second worst team in football.
Yep. All right. Up next, you got the Dallas Cowboys going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Cowboys hung in there pretty all right with San Francisco, but ultimately we knew they were going to fall. Cowboys, one of the biggest disappointments in the league. Atlanta Falcons, after we beat them, they bounced back and completed the sweep of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, staying atop the NFC South. And like I said, I still got them winning that division. I remember when the last time these two teams faced each other, the Falcons had that really huge lead, and then they ultimately choked it to the Dallas Cowboys. I remember that crazy game, though, too. This game is in Atlanta this time around. Last time around, that was in Jerry World. I remember that crazy comeback that Dallas pulled, but I don't really think it's going to happen this time around. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons to keep it rolling. Give me the Falcons.
Yeah, give me the Falcons as well. The Cowboys are just in free fall right now. There's so many. The season's slipping away from them.
Oh, big time. Ooh, all right. Up next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders going to Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Raiders are pretty much last week where the Raiders coming off of getting smoked at home as usual by the Kansas City Chiefs, who are their daddy in the division. Obviously, Kansas City got the dynasty and they're still undefeated. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals last week, the Bengals got cooked by the Philadelphia Eagles. This is too easy. Bengals get a bounce back win over the Raiders. Give me Cincinnati.
Yeah, give me Cincinnati to bounce back. The Raiders are just terrible. I mean, they kind of hung in there with Kansas City. I give them credit for that, but they're still really bad.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Denver Broncos going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Broncos, let's be real, it was Carolina. We knew they were going to
Yeah.
smoke the Carolina Panthers. They've been owning Carolina since Super Bowl 50. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens got upset by the Cleveland Browns. Was that game was in Cleveland, right?
Uh, Yeah, that game was in Cleveland.
Yeah, big upset. Cannot believe Lamar Jackson and the Ravens laid that egg against Jameis Winston of all people. That was freaking crazy. But we'll see how crazy this game will get. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Baltimore Ravens to get it done against the Denver Broncos, get a bounce back win. I'm taking the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ravens as well to bounce back. They have to be pissed after falling for that trap game against Cleveland. I did not expect that. I thought they were just going to obliterate the Browns.
Yeah, I know we're gonna.
What is with the Ravens this year? They've lost to the Raiders and Browns. Then they blow out the Bills and they beat the Washington this year.
Yeah,
It seems like they played down to their competition.
yeah, but yeah, I know we better be. I know Seahawks wise, we better be pissed going to that game against LA and want to try to hopefully keep the Rams on last, which is highly likely, especially with the issues we have. But yeah, I agree with you on the whole thing with the Ravens. They've been playing down the competition, indeed. All right. Up next, we got the Chicago Bears going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Bears choked it in the last second on the Hail Mary to Jan Daniels, and the Arizona Cardinals had a crazy comeback and won by 1 point on a last second field goal against the Miami Dolphins. Kyler Murray was doing his thing and cooking them up. And I mean, granted, it's like I cannot believe Miami took their foot off the gas there because they had a big lead on the Cardinals.
Yeah, they blew two 10-point leads in that game.
Virtually because of the Arizona Cardinals are in first in the division right now. But granted, they're not.
Yeah.
Granted, I will say this: they're still not Super Bowl contenders though, and they still don't have a banner like us. Still gotta give them a little bit of shit. But regardless, this week I'm gonna take the Arizona Cardinals this week to actually get a win against Chicago Bears. I'm actually gonna take the Cardinals.
Yeah, this is a tough one. You know what? Give me the Cardinals to make it three in a row. I think that loss that the Bears suffered, I think it's going to demoralize them.
Yeah,
That was a gut wrenching loss they suffered last week.
especially on a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
We know a little something about that because, well, granted, the winning side of it because we did it to Aaron Rodgers in 2012
yeah,
against the Green Bay Packers. Granted, it was the fail Mary, but you know. But yeah, it was a demoralizing loss. But if the Bears come into this game pissed, who knows? We'll see what happens.
yeah. I would love the Bears to drop the Cardinals back to below 500.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Philadelphia to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Jacksonville Jaguars got beat pretty badly. Well, they were hanging for a little bit, but ultimately, Packers did their thing. It was Green Bay. They were going to lose to Green Bay regardless. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles, they did their thing majorly against the Cincinnati Bengals and just steamrolled them. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles lock of the week.
Yeah, Eagles in a lock. I don't know how the Jaguars hung in there with Green Bay. That was a surprise. I thought Green Bay was gonna just smoke them. But yeah, Eagles lock of the week. Doug Peterson gets a win against his former team.
You mean
Wait, never mind.
Doug,
Never mind.
yeah, Doug Peterson is the coach of the Jaguars. So Doug Peterson
Doug
takes an
Peterson
L.
loses to his. Oh yeah, Doug Peterson takes an L.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Detroit Lions going to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Detroit Lions, well, let's be real. It was an easy lock. That was an easy lock. They killed the
Yeah,
Titans.
they lived up to one of our four locks.
And Green Bay Packers struggled a little bit against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but ultimately pulled away with ease. Tom Brady's doing this game. It's the game of the week. Just like I don't know why we were game of the week. I mean, I got pretty close to Tom Brady. I didn't get on video though, but next time around, hopefully we ever get another chance at game of the week. I want to try to get a picture with him. Maybe I'll try to dap it up with him next time. But some other people did. But it was cool seeing Brady in the stadium. It was pretty crazy seeing him in that nice jacket and everything, get ready to do the games. But now he's in Green Bay in Lambeau Field doing game of the week for the Lions and the Packers. And I'm gonna take Detroit to keep it rolling there, especially after watching Green Bay struggle against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm leaning towards Detroit. This is where Detroit starts to take over the North, in my opinion. This is where the Lions start to take over the North.
Yeah, give me the Lions to get to 7-1. They're just rolling on offense, and they look like in my opinion, they're the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, I think
Even though Kansas City's undefeated, Kansas City hasn't been blowing teams out.
no, they haven't. They haven't. Detroit's been blowing teams out despite not having Aiden Hutchinson on defense.
So yeah, but I mean, I think it'll be close.
The NFC North is obviously right now the best division in football
Yeah,
this year. I think to tell you what, if Detroit gets to the Super Bowl, it's going to be because of their offense.
Yeah.
They look on. I mean, granted, I know they lost to Tampa, but right now they look like they just can't be
They've
stopped.
been playing since that Tampa loss. If they had just been able to convert a couple times in the red zone in that game, they'd be undefeated right now.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Indianapolis Colts going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. The Colts pretty much freaking got swept by the Texans, and the Minnesota Vikings crazy loss to the LA Rams. But I'm gonna be honest, I think the Vikings got screwed on one play. That should have been a face mask instead of a safety. I mean, not that they would have been able to come back. Granted, I think the Rams probably could have gotten a stop on that. Granted, but that was kind of a BS
Yeah,
call.
I mean, but the Vikings would have had a chance.
Yeah, it would have given the Vikings a chance, but instead of it being a safety, it should have been a automatic first down.
The safety sealed the game.
Yeah, pretty much. But they missed a clear as day face mask. It was obvious. It happened.
And the ref was standing right in the back of the end zone. I don't know how he missed that one.
Yeah, but regardless of it, I got Minnesota bouncing back and killing the Colts. Joe Flacco is now starting again for Indianapolis, but give me the Vikings to bounce back from that one. They got to be pissed about the way that they got hosed in that call against the Rams, but give me the Vikings.
Yeah, give me the Vikings to end their 2-game losing streak. I think this should be a good one though. I'm glad they flexed this one and they moved Jacksonville and Philadelphia the afternoon slate.
Yeah.
Because I think this will be a much better game.
Yep. All right. Last but not least, Monday Night Football. We got Super Bowl 55 rematch. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off of getting swept by the Atlanta Falcons, and the Kansas City Chiefs coming off of taking care of their business against the Las Vegas Raiders in the Allegiant Stadium, still continuing to be their daddy. Freaking Patrick Mahomes got revenge on the freaking Raiders for the whole Kermit the Frog thing that they did to them early in the way before the season started in the practices in the freaking training camp. That little incident thing, look it up, the Kermit the Frog thing with Patrick Mahomes that the Raiders did. But looks like Mahomes had the last laugh on him again, though. And the Chiefs, only undefeated team left, and it's hard to pick against them like all the times. If I would have met Tom Brady, I would have said, there were times where me and you were doing game picks where we just couldn't sleep on Tom Brady. Now it's pretty much like that, but with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, they're just finding ways to win. Their defense is really carrying them.
Spagnuolo, man. Spagnuolo's a hell of a defensive coordinator. And just because of that alone, it will be interesting because the Buccaneers are still going to might still be without Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, but give me the Kansas City Chiefs to remain undefeated.
Yeah, give me Kansas City as well to get some revenge for Super Bowl 55. The Bucs are just too injured at receiver, and it's starting to take a toll. It's starting to take a toll on them.
I wouldn't really still say they got getting revenge because, granted, the Chiefs did go back to back. Just saying. But
I'm saying get revenge for that drubbing they took in Super Bowl 55.
yes, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
they've gotten it other times before, but there you have it. Those are our picks, and so we got the Texans over the Jets, the Saints over the Panthers, Commanders over the Giants, Bills over Dolphins, Browns over Chargers, Patriots over Titans, Falcons over Cowboys, Bengals over the Raiders, Ravens over Broncos, Cardinals over Bears, Eagles over Jaguars. Knock on wood, hope that we can get a bounce back win against the Rams, but gonna slightly favor them because of who they got back, and our defense has been struggling like hell. Lions over Packers, Vikings over Colts, and Chiefs over Buccaneers. And those are our picks for week 9. Drop your picks down below. Catch you on the flip side. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.